Hello, I'm Laura Plum, teacher and practitioner of Ayurveda and Jyotish, here to talk to you about the auspiciousness of April. This is a beautiful month when all the planets are moving, including the outer planets that take longer to get through each sign. And so when they move, it's important, and they're all moving this month of April. It's a very exciting time. So the month of April began with a new moon in Pisces in Revati Nakshatra. That is the beginning of the calendar in India. That is also the beginning of Navratri, the 9 nights of worship of the Divine Mother. So it's already very, very auspicious, an auspicious start to the month. Revati, where the new moon was when it began its waxing, began its growing. This Revati Nakshatra is a star, a bright star in the constellation of Pisces. It's the 27th Nakshatra or star of the 27. And so it very much represents completion, coming into fullness. It's the star that is said to guide us from darkness to light. Its deity is Pushan, who is said to be the caretaker of the cows of the gods. So the one who cares for the most sacred of the sacred. Pushan represents caring for the vulnerable, protecting those who need protection, and really guiding all of us back to our wholeness and our bestness, our higher self. So we have this beautiful new moon to start the month. It waxes and comes into fullness on April 16th, when it will be in Libra in Chitra Nakshatra, the nakshatra of the star of the artist, right? So it's 2 very beautiful moons, the new moon in Revati, the full moon in Chitra. Before that, on April 4th, we have this exact conjunction of Mars and Saturn, who have been in Capricorn together since February 25th. And we all know what's happened since late February. Saturn and Mars are considered to be planetary enemies. In the same sign, they go to battle, and they're both very strong in Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn, he's in dignity there. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So they're both extremely strong. Saturn represents patience and slowing down and structure. Mars represents action. And so they have very different temperaments, and they're very much at loggerheads. And they've been moving into tighter and tighter, closer and closer conjunction until April 4th, when they reach exact conjunction and can be potentially explosive. But the good news is, on the other side of April 4th, they'll be moving away from each other finally. And on April 7th, Mars leaves and goes to Aquarius. Thank you. Thank you for leaving each other and moving on and creating more space for each one of them. So that's the April 4th, April 7th, Saturn and Mars. Now then on April 13th, Jupiter is moving. And this is something a lot of us have been looking forward to. Jupiter has been hamstrung, you might say. I think of him as he's been under a boulder for a couple of years. He hasn't really had the capacity to reach us with his blessings and his own auspiciousness. Jupiter moving on April 13th is going to Pisces, his own sign. So Jupiter is the planet that rules the sign of Pisces. Jupiter rules 2 signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. Pisces is the feminine expression of Jupiter. And I think gives us more of a sense of the embodiment of Jupiter's blessings. Jupiter stands for our highest self, growth, expansion, dharma, right alignment, right purpose, and all of this sense of sort of exaltation, elation, uplift. I think of Jupiter as representing hope, faith, and even momentum, giving us new vision, new hope for an emergent spring. Jupiter moving to Pisces, he will stay there for a year, should be a very good transition for all of us, right? Before that happens on April 12th, if you calculate the nodes, the lunar nodes, according to the mean node system, then the nodes, Rahu and Ketu, the north and south lunar nodes, are moving from Rahu from Taurus to Aries and Ketu from Scorpio to Libra. If you calculate them by the true node method, then they've already moved. They moved March 16th. So whether it was March 16th or whether it's April 12th, the lunar nodes are moving this month as well. So Rahu going from Taurus, if you have a Taurus moon or if you had Taurus rising, you're going to really notice Rahu's moved. Rahu is moving to Aries. We may find ourselves feeling like we want to get ahead. We may be more assertive. Rahu's the head, said to be the head of the dragon, and Aries represents the head. So I think this is going to be really a time for getting ahead, for onward, for being more individualistic, for expressing our uniqueness a little bit more assertively in the world. Aries is also quite muscular, pitta, quite a leader, quite focused and clear. And Rahu may be really going for it, really with a muscular kind of approach to things. And Ketu is moving to Libra from Scorpio, where Ketu was bringing about some transformation, to Libra, where hopefully Ketu will be encouraging us to be more diplomatic, to be more connected, to respect the rights and the wishes of others. So we've got the nodes, we've got Jupiter. The nodes, again, it's either March 16th or April 12th, depending how you calculate. Pay attention. Notice what you notice so that you can be like a sage for yourself and determine for yourself these movements and what you experience. April 13th, it's Jupiter. April 16th, we have the full moon. And then later in April, we also have some good things happening. We have the beautiful Venus will be joining Jupiter in Pisces, April 27th. So on April 27th, we get Venus moving into Pisces, where the planet Venus is exalted. So Jupiter, the ruler of Pisces, will be in Pisces, and then Venus comes into Pisces, where she's exalted. So the two great benefics in powerful, powerful places. So look forward to April 27th when Venus comes in for about a month. Sadly, I wish she could stay longer. Sometimes she stays longer, but she's only got about a month. But let's really look forward to that. That means April and May are looking quite good because, again, Jupiter will be in Pisces the whole year, and almost all of May will have Venus in Pisces exalted, bringing more love, more beauty, and more artistry, more of a refined sensibility. The other good thing about May is that at the end of April, Saturn is moving. So Saturn moves on April 29th, in the morning of April 29th. I'm talking about Pacific Coast time. And so if you are in India or Australia, New Zealand, then you may add a day to some of these dates that I'm giving you. But Saturn, who's been in Capricorn since late January 2020, is moving to Aquarius, April 29th. He will only stay there a short time because he retrogrades on June 6th. And as he moves backwards, he's only just gotten into Aquarius, so he's going to very soon, on July 12th, retrograde back into Capricorn. And then he will be in Capricorn until January 2023 when he goes to Aquarius and stays there for a couple of years. But for those of you who have Moon in Capricorn and are right in the middle of your Sadhisati, it'll be nice to have a little bit of a break. It still continues Sadhisati, but at least Saturn will be off the direct aspect to your moon. So it's going to be great to see Saturn, I think, move into Aquarius, see what happens when he's there. Saturn is strong in Capricorn. He's even stronger in Aquarius. To have Pisces and Jupiter and Venus in Pisces and all that vision, all that hope, all that love, all that romance, all that heart, all that compassion will be giving us new ideas of who we can become. And then Saturn in Aquarius will be helping to give us a foundation and structure to build that vision. So I just wanted to give you that good news. Again, maybe a little bit bumpy right at the beginning of April, but we have so much to look forward to in this month. This is a great time for you to be envisioning, to be meditating, to be really looking into the light of your heart and really asking, what is my truth? And how do I want to flourish? How do I want to blossom this spring? Because this is the spring to do it. After years of staying in, this is a time for us to literally liberate our minds, to liberate our imaginations, and to liberate our hearts to think about what kind of a world do we want to create? What kind of a life do you want to have? The energy is finally here now to back you. The universe has now got your back. So which way do you want to go? May the winds be always at your back, and may you know the truth of that light of your heart. Thank you so much, and blessings to you.